Hey everybody, welcome back. We're going to do a guide on right to rule and it kind of trying to explain what right to rule is. When you first start the game, early to mid, you're going to be either joining as a mercenary or as a lord of one of these big kingdoms, right? Like the Swadians, obviously you're going to either join those guys or you're going to join the Nords or you're going to join somebody, right? And when you start, you have zero right to rule, unless I think there's a couple that have it, but very small, so it's not really even worth talking about. All right, so this is where you'll find right to rule. So again, the way I did that was go to reports, character report, and you should see it right there, right to rule. Now, right to rule is pretty darn important because if you don't have good right to rule and like you just raid a castle and start a kingdom, everyone's going to come at you. Lords are not going to join you very easily. It's just going to make life really difficult. So what a lot of people strive to do is you want to get that right to rule to at least 50 before you strike out on your own. Now, how the hell do you do that? That is a good question. There are a number of ways. There are about 5 ways. Okay, the first one is that you send a companion. So you say, okay, one of you guys, who's you? Method. Hey, so I've got, but hey, you can't just send anybody, okay? Depending on who you have in your area here might determine quite a bit for who has a problem, right? Because each of these guys, when you say, hey, I want to be king, right? They'll have a different kind of aspect for why they think you'd be a good king. And some of the lords that you have in your party could kind of get pissed that you sent that person off to talk. So the one thing I did is I made a list, a Google Doc, which I put in the description below for you guys. And if you look on column F, you'll see there's something called emissary issues. And basically what I did is go through there and just gave you a big yes, these guys are good to send. No, these guys are not good to send based on the party you chose. Now, if you don't have the objecting party, so you can look at it. So for instance, if you send Fiery Anus out to talk to somebody, like to just get out of there, like I did in the last episode, then, or in another episode that's coming, then Martha will have a problem with it and get pissed. Then you can no longer use Fiery Anus to go through there and do these missions for you. But there are specific ones that couldn't be in your core group that don't have a problem with, no one has a problem with like going. So Mothid's a good one. In this particular one, Mothid, Lasat, and Artemer are solid choices. Those guys, nobody has a problem with those guys going out talking about right to rule for this party. Now, I would not send Artemer. He's over with the Previn King right now, just because he's got a lot of skills that I don't want to lose. But Mothid, I don't really care, or even less, I don't even care. But I'd probably send her because she's got the least. So you'd say, okay, let me ask you something. Hey, you know how I want to be king, right? Okay, then she'll say, yeah. What? Oh, she's pissed because I send Fiery Anus. Uh-oh. So then let's go say hi to Lazat. Okay, hey, you know something? Okay. Yeah, would you support my cause? Yeah, please go on. Yep, okay. So we can't use Mothid because we sent Fiery Anus. So she's pissed. But you could always fire her, then rehire her, and then you could do it again. So anyway, that's one way, okay? Making peace is another. So in this play, we were playing against the Nords. We were fighting against the Nords. Well, in the last episode, well, in a coming episode, there was a ceasefire, peace, and I got 3 right to rule. And every time that you go to battle with a faction, they declare peace, you get right to rule, which is kind of nice. All right, and then the next one is you can court a lady and marry him. And if you marry somebody, you get 3 right to rule. And that's the 3 that you can generally do while you're still under a lord. After that, you can get +5 right to rule for recruiting a lord to your kingdom, which basically means like we go out, we make our own kingdom, we talk to a lord who's just like jamming around, like let's just say, where I just threw on the look everywhere cheat. So okay, where the hell are you? Give me somebody, damn it. Where is no one? There we go. Okay, let's say we're talking. Yeah, right. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, we're talking to the king here. And we say, hey, no, better yet, we just talk to this guy. Okay, we're talking to Belburg, and we say, hey man, would you join our faction? And he says, sure. That's +5. Another is if you send a companion on a mission to talk to a king, and the king like says it recognizes you as a monarch, that's +10. That's a big one. Now, there is one really, really shitty way of doing this if you want to use a glitch. And I'm just going to say it. Don't know if I want to use it, but it does exist. So let's assume that we are at the Previn, the Swadian is at battle, right, with the Nords again, or with the Vagers, rather. And there's the king, right? So we go to the king. We say, hey, king, you know, we want to, like... We want to say there'll be an option here if you're at war with them that says we want to have peace. If that king wants to have peace, then you will get +3. And the thing is, if you select, there's another option on there where it lets you do the cycle again. It's the second option. Click the second option, then it goes right back. Hey, would you want to declare peace? Declare peace. Declare peace. And just do that over and over and over and over and over again until you get to 99, which is the max. Then you're basically set for right to rule for a long time. The only one that can screw up your right to rule, like reduce it, is if, let's say, you do like a resolve dispute quest, like one of the lords has a problem with another lord, and you just don't do that quest, then you'll get -2 to your right to rule. So it can kind of suck. So I don't even pick up those, honestly, because it's like, not even worth the trouble. Just go to war and then go to peace. But if you do this within a faction, it can take a while, but you're shooting for 50. If you get less than 50, you're kind of in iffy territory. More than 50, looking pretty good. By that time, you should have a lot of friendships built up all over the place, and people at least that are like, yeah, you know, he's a cool dude. So one way to kind of get that going is if you don't take lords, just set them free. You get honor, plus they'll like give you a thumbs up as a buddy. Most of the time. Some will get pissed that you like just let them go. They're like, you're just placating me, treating me like a kid, you know, that kind of thing. But don't worry about it. So anyways, right to rule, it can be a little bit more complicated, but not really. I mean, generally is like if there's peace, you got right to rule. If you send people, make sure you send the right people. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. So anywho, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought of the guide. Again, in the Google Doc below in the description is pretty useful stuff if you're looking for specifics. So I'll talk to you later. See ya.